Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. Apologies if you saw the intro screen and it blipped away. I may have had a little bit of a crash problem, but we're back. We're live today. Today's going to be a super exciting episode of Adobe Live, of general design fun, of Adobe Live, of general design funness because we're here with Jake Driscoll and he's going to teach us all about pro level marketing for your small business. Jake, welcome to Adobe Live.
Jacob, it's so good to be here. I feel like it's like every creative's dream to be partnering with Adobe, so I'm so pumped for this stream.
We are very happy to have you. I think that for people that are unfamiliar with your work, that they are chalked for a very exciting episode. But for people that might not be familiar with you or familiar with your work, do you want to kind of let people know who you are and where they can find you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm Jake. You could find my personal handle at Jake Driscoll underscore on most socials, mainly Instagram. But I would point you to Big Mikey G's on socials, which is my coffee shop. Um,
Yeah. We love Mikey G's. Check out Mikey G's too if you're in the area because you're based in California, right?
yeah, Southern California in Riverside specifically, so about an hour east of LA.
Sweet, sweet. Yes. If you are near Riverside, come over to Mikey G's. But we're gonna get to see kind of like the back end of Mikey G's today before we actually hop into Firefly Boards and the intro today. I just wanted to call out some people in the chat. We have Reverb Mike saying greetings, humans. Hello, Reverb Mike. Welcome. He's a regular. Hello, Clever, Dino, Young Palace. People are in the chat, ready to watch. And let us know where you're tuning in from. You said that you're based in Southern California. I'm based in, I guess, would be considered Southern Canada, Western Southern Canada. So, love to hear where you're popping in from. And we have Caitlin Wong in the chat saying, we love Mikey G's.
Yeah, what's up, Caitlin?
Nice, nice. So, Jake, I'm just going to go ahead and push us over to your screen and you can kind of let us know what you're doing today if you're ready.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean,
Sweet.
even just to dive in a little bit about me,
Yeah,
I used to be a freelance video editor. I would do projects for what I would call bands and brands. And so
nice.
I was really into live music. And so I was trying to work with music artists, but also doing stuff within soccer for companies like Adidas and some Premier League teams, and got to kind of shoot and edit videos around the game of soccer and stuff within coffee too. And that
Wow.
kind of led me to basically starting my own brand and creating content and marketing for something that I now own, which is really, really awesome.
It's a nice
Um,
transition when you get to take your like your freelance work and then apply it to like your personal projects, then your personal projects turn into your freelance work. Like I feel like that's a rare thing to happen, but like when it does, it's probably I would imagine very gratifying, like very fulfilling, you know?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just feeling like I guess like anything is possible within my brand, and I feel like just seeing what was possible in the world of other brands, and now being able to take those experiences and now applying it to my context is just really, really awesome. So
So sweet.
yeah,
Well, I that makes me very, very excited to see what we have uh going today, what you're going to be showing us today. I have us on your screen now, so you can just let us
sweet.
know what we're looking at.
Yeah. To tell you a little bit about Mikey G's, we're in Adobe Firefly, which is an awesome tool, by the way. This is honestly one of my first times even diving into um, this, and it's just been cool to kind of display my ideas and be able to kind of even present just what we're going to be chatting about today.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Mikey G's is a coffee shop in Riverside. This is our brand new location.
So
It's our
pretty.
own, thank you. It's our own brick and mortar space. Um, these this is a photo of like myself. I'm Jake, and then my two business partners, Jeff and Steven, and we started Mikey G's together. It has been just this awesome ride of um, building this brand and trying to um, basically build an audience that was just down for our silly ideas and our silly
Right.
marketing. And it's been an awesome journey. And so again, we started as a brand first. So even before we had a product, we just kind of built a brand for fun to kind of
That's so
see if we
cool.
could, yeah, just start with like a silly idea and something that maybe people would gravitate towards, and then the products kind of developed after that. But we are a coffee shop. We have really awesome drinks. This is like cinnamon toast crunch latte, which was a popular one this year.
I'm in.
Uh,
I'm in.
we'll
That's
have
my
to get you
favorite
down to
cereal.
Riverside.
Yeah,
Let's go. Um, and so yeah, this is Mikey G's. The thing I'm most proud of in the brand is just our creativity. So we
absolutely.
do our own merch designs. This is a shirt that I really love. It's just Mikey, the character in our brand, and he just says, "Fight the good fight." Got like this Mike Tyson sort of look to him.
So, like, so cool. And like, I mean, you can tell that this was like brand first. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as in like the merch is so good for this coffee
Thank
shop.
you.
It's so good.
Thank you. It's really awesome. My business partner Jeff, he's an illustrator, and so we worked together for many years before Mikey G's. But now it's really fun to be able to take his illustrations and even create around that.
Right.
And we'll show more of that as we get into the design programs. Um, we also got this hat. This is our tagline. This will be something we kind of even talk about on the stream today. But for those I love is just kind of this idea of reminding us in the business why we do what we do. We made
Hmm.
this business for our families. We get to build this business with our friends, our staff, and it's for our community. So anyone that comes into our space is just a reminder that those are the people we care about, and we're building a business around them.
It's very nice to have a community first coffee shop because I feel like the essence of cafes and coffee shops are very communal anyways. So it's like knowing that the ethos of the brand is based around. I was like, okay, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna chill all day. I'm gonna hang out.
Absolutely. Caitlin, who is in the chat, I don't know if she's still here, but she comes by Mikey G's and she's also like coming to hang out with her friends and even create. Like I see her designing in the
That's
shop.
so
And so
sick.
to see like creatives and designers coming through and being able to use the space as almost like their office in a way
Yeah.
is just so cool. I
And
love that.
Caitlin is still in the chat. She said cinnamon toast crunch latte is fire, and there's Spanish lattes, which is sick.
Let's go. Caitlin approved.
We've got fans. We've got fans in
We
the
love
chat.
it. We love it. Yeah, showing you a couple other things that we do to kind of just kind of be more experience orientated in our shop.
Hmm.
We offer a flight. So if you don't know what to order and you want to kind of try our whole menu, we'll make a flight for you and you can try a little bit of everything. And it
That's
comes with a
so sick.
postcard that you could mail to a friend, family member, whoever. We have like a little yellow mailbox, and you can uh, mail a postcard, which is so
That's
fun.
so cute. I love the vintage vibe of it too. Like they there obviously was a ton of forethought into this because, snail mail isn't as popular now, but like adding the postcard with it's just very fun. I really, really like the everything is kind of building off of itself and we're only on the what third of the four examples of the branding for the shop. It's so cool.
Yes, exactly. I mean, yeah, I was trying to keep it going, but I appreciate the all the love on that.
Yeah.
That's so good. We do our own murals in the space because again, Jeff, who does illustrations, he also is um has a lot of background in painting murals. So whenever we need a mural, we got a mural guy. And he did
Multifaceted.
this, yeah, he did this fun little moment in our shop that I just love with the yellow couch.
Hmm.
It's great. This is one of my passion projects that I really love.
So cool.
Is as a video editor, I got really into basically sourcing old TVs and basically I learned that we could spray paint them and get them working. And what started with one TV turned into a whole TV wall in one of our shops, and all of them work. And it is just
So
such a
cool.
fun moment for people to come and just kind of look at and just catches your eye. We put up merch in the middle right here,
Hmm.
and I'm super proud of this little moment in the
I
space.
mean, I feel like if I was walking through this coffee shop or like even past it and I saw this, I would instantly like just I'd be in. It's so striking. It's very, very cool.
Thank you. Yeah. Even our brand color is yellow. It's a bold color, and that was very
Hmm.
intentional. We've just learned, even working in the coffee industry, that a lot of coffee shops take themselves really seriously.
Right.
And I think this was more meant to be a business, for people to feel like, it's approachable. And so by kind of having this like bold color yellow and having these like little silly moments in the shop, I feel like it allows people to kind of loosen up and to feel like it's something that they can be around.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and then again on the TVs, uh, something I get to work on is creating these little infomercials for the TVs, and that's another layer of design and marketing that I get to help with.
That's so cool. It's I love the again, like it is just stacking on stacking into this like vintage kind of aesthetic with the shop where it feels like you're walking in and it's like a completely different world with the CRTVs and the merchandising and the postcards and from what I'm seeing the trading cards like that's really cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The trading cards was this activation that we've done where, this is my friend David, he's a photographer, and he's kind of set up this basically photo booth that customers can come, would get their photo taken, it would get printed live as a trading card, and we would cut them, and you could give them away or keep it for yourself. But we have all these really cool photos of our customers coming into our shop, which is awesome.
That is so cool. I would be obsessed. Like I'd probably take at least two or three of them. I'd be please let me come back. It's so cool.
Yes, awesome. And then yeah, showcasing even uh talking about the brand and just uh I guess the idea that like anything is possible. One of
Mhm.
my passions, one of my loves is basketball. And so I was kind of brainstorming this idea of what would a basketball themed activation look like for our coffee shop. And so I ended up reaching out to Papa Shot. They do this sort of arcade style basketball game.
Mhm.
And they ended up sending us a Papa Shot,
Oh, no way.
basically game that we put into our shop and kind of created this fun basketball theme for the month of March. And it was just so much fun to make some merch around basketball. And again, basketball has nothing to do with coffee, but it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
just creating something fun for people to interact with, and um, being, creative out of the box, and bringing kind of like two of my passions together for a fun event.
definitely. I mean, I think you're proving that like there can be more than just like you mentioned like seriousness when it comes to branding. Like there it can be very like vibes and fun based, which is just like to in my opinion, I feel like it resonates so much more with people like at least of our generation too, people that enjoy the fun, silly aspects of branding. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna draw me in. Like it's very cool to see the back end of that too. I have a question though for you. Very
Yeah,
curious. I was saving it till we got through our examples. Where did Mikey G the name come from?
man, that is a great question. Let's keep moving on the boards,
Oh,
and
sweet.
I'll show you the
I
real
jumped
Mikey G.
ahead.
No, this is a perfect segue. Sweet. So this is the three of us owners, and this is the real Mikey G. He is a real
Nice.
person. This is Jeff's dad, Mike.
Oh.
And basically, when again we were coming up with the idea for our brands, we were trying to think of sort of a character within
Mhm.
this brand. And at the time, like Mike was driving us to the airport for this business trip that we were on, and I think out of that like came Mikey G's. It was just kind of taking his likeness of being just like just a nice supportive father, and
Yeah.
applying that to this character that is Mikey G. So Mikey G is this squirrel in
I
this
love
milkman
it.
outfit, and yes, it is. Mikey G is a real person. He has nothing to do with the business, but he is like the muse, the likeness of this character. So Mikey G tends to, you know, remind you to drink water or to call your mom because that's
Mhm.
what a good supportive father would do. And he's just a
Yeah.
silly character that kind of interacts with our audience online and in the shop. So
I love that so much. It's very like it looks like the honest, like hardworking guy, you know, the way that this is
yes.
branded out. It's very, very fun.
Thank you. Yeah. So Mikey G's has kind of evolved too, where Mikey can show up in many forms, if you will. So we have like basketball Mikey right here, Mikey Jordan.
Hmm.
Uh, we have sort of this asset that we use for the matcha flights. Even our local university, they have this I guess sign that they do. It's Lance Up, and it's just like
Oh,
the
nice.
go Lancers, which is their mascot. So we took that and just kind of did our kind of spin on it with Mikey as we were even serving that audience on campus
Right.
with drinks. So we printed these as like stickers that we put on cups. And so it kind of creates this like layer of, um, I guess, thoughtfulness within our brand of just, catering to the audiences that we serve.
Absolutely. And I think that that what's the word? Like wherewithal, like, you know, thinking ahead, like, oh, what is my audience is so important when it comes to this type of branding because it resonates with people more. It feels more personal and less corporate. So it's really cool to do the mascot, like, or like I guess the school kind of sign. Like I love that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And then maybe ending on my personal favorite, which is performative Mikey,
I love
and
this.
the Mikey who would order a matcha and be reading a book and listens to Claro.
The Labubu
That's one of
on the
the
keychain is
Labubu.
pretty
Yes,
funny.
yes, that's
It's
definitely one of my
awesome.
favorite Mikeys. Um, but yeah, that's a little bit about Mikey G's and the way that we kind of use creativity in our brands.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would love to even dive into creating some stuff for Mikey G's with you guys.
Well, I mean, I'm super excited to see the method to the madness, like seeing how all this comes together. Because I mean, it's such strong branding. Like, I'm excited to dive into your brain for this. I have a comment in the chat that's actually
Okay,
very pro Mikey G. They
what's
said
up, chat?
mascots. It's from Polly. Mascots are awesome. We've got a raccoon named Ben Diesel for our sustainability initiatives. That's kind of cool. Same kind of like silly
That's
vibe.
sick.
Ben Diesel's very funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I love
That's
it. I'd
awesome.
love to see, yeah, that mascot. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Drop the sustainability initiative in the chat. Let us
Drop it
know.
in the
So
chat.
yeah. Sweet. So yeah, let's dive in. I'm excited. This
Cool.
is gonna be awesome.
Awesome. So again, we just opened up a new location, a new brick and mortar space. When you open up something new, you definitely got to invite people to come check it out.
Right.
So we did a fun family and friends night to invite, our loved ones to come see the space for the first time and did
Hmm.
a fun flyer. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of make this flyer with you guys.
So cool. Got
Awesome.
the iconic yellow couch too. I really love
The
that.
iconic. Yes. I'll tell you a little bit about the couch as well, but let's
Sweet.
dive in.
So we've got
Um,
some
s-
like assets prepped for this from what I'm seeing.
yes,
Nice.
definitely. So yeah, let's start with the couch actually. We're gonna open up Photoshop.
Sweet. There it
Awesome.
is.
There it is. So, basically, as we were working on building the brick and mortar, next door there's an antique shop, and they posted on their stories that they had this yellow couch, and it just felt like it was meant to be. So
Yes.
we decided to swoop in. We picked up the couch, and so when I was working on this flyer, this was the only photo I kind of had of the couch at the time. But it was perfect. I thought I could make something fun to kind of showcase, um, you know, a little bit of yellow, kind of representing what the space is. There wasn't a lot of stuff in it at the time,
Right.
besides this couch. And
So I have a
so,
question about the couch. I'm curious.
yeah.
So did you match the yellow of the store to the couch, or did the couch just happen to match the yellow of the store, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the couch just happened to match the yellow,
Dang,
which is pretty awesome.
that's
That's a
lucky.
really, yeah, that's a really good find. So that's why when we saw it, it was
Meant
meant
to
to
be.
be.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, let's start working on this. We're going to create a threshold on
Yes.
this.
The iconic threshold.
Yes. Cool.
I feel like this is the Photoshop like one thing that people know, like for any vintage, any kind of like illustration that you're trying to do like merch, like threshold is like the
Oh
thing to
yeah,
use, you know?
absolutely. Before we do that, we should actually isolate this couch. So let's remove the background and see what we get.
Ah,
How good.
using the remove background feature
Yeah.
makes it so much
Yeah.
more convenient.
So we see like they took a little bit of the legs out, and
Hmm.
that's okay. We'll come back and just select the subject so we can make sure we got the feet.
Nice.
Cool. So we're just gonna make sure this is selected.
Gone are the
And
days of having to manually mask out like all the way.
man,
It's nice that you
we
just
have
have to do the legs
come
now.
we've come a long way.
Yeah.
I learned Photoshop in high school.
Yeah.
It was CS2 was
Wow.
the program at the time, and I think even at that time that was like still ancient. So we used to give our teacher a hard time, but he would say, you guys learned on, this ancient program, and so you guys are better designers because of it.
That's funny.
So yeah, again, it doesn't need to be perfect, especially with the threshold style that we're going
Right.
for. Um, but definitely want to just make sure we got enough of the couch.
I feel like the imperfectness of it kind of adds to that style that you're going for too, in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, I think especially as creative people, sometimes we do want to be perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's okay to have imperfections on the things we're working on.
Yes, absolutely. Hear that? Hear that, audience? Don't give
Yeah, that
yourself
would
such a
be
hard
my
time.
advice.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So we got our threshold. And what I love about this is it kind of like invites you to just kind of explore and play around.
Hmm.
There's not really like a perfect way to do this. But kind of whatever you're feeling, like I'm sort of liking that. That's looking pretty good.
Yeah, this looks
Awesome.
great. Very vibes
Cool.
based design. We love the like
Vibes-based
imperfect.
design.
Yeah.
That's good. Cool. So I'm liking where this is going. We definitely want to bring back the yellow because um obviously that is what's making this couch so iconic.
Right.
So let's go ahead and merge these layers. Gonna add a solid color.
Nice.
This is
So
the
you've
Mikey
got
G's
the
yellow.
I was about to say you've got the code ready, man.
Yes. Um, so let's see. We might play around with a different yellow,
Hmm.
but for now, let's start with that and just kind of mess with our blend modes to see what is looking good. And multiply is typically a great place to start.
Right. Looks like it's filling in just that white too. Like maybe a little tinge
Yeah.
of in the black, but I feel like very useful.
Yeah, I'm liking this. I believe for this flyer, we used a slightly different shade of yellow. So
Hmm.
we're probably going to steal that, even though, the iconic Mikey G's yellow does look good.
A little
Let's jump in.
softer in a way.
Yeah, but I think for this use case, we are going to try a different yellow.
Sweet.
So let's open up our design file. We have a nice little base in Illustrator.
We're using all the programs today. I love it.
All the programs.
We're
We
getting the
could,
smorgasbord.
yeah, we could design this in Photoshop. I think that's um, maybe just like me as a designer. I'm typically jumping back and forth in the programs, but it's usually dependent on use case. So
Right.
the couch, for example, editing photos, that's a great place to start.
Mhm.
But whenever I'm, designing text and layout, I'm definitely opening up Illustrator for that.
I mean, I'm very thankful to see another designer that bounces between programs, and it's nice because like the programs are very like they're built to allow you to do that anyway. So it's not like, we're losing out on anything by doing that. But like I am 100% like I have like After Effects, Illustrator, Photoshop, Adobe XD all open at the same time. I'm like click in, control, open, like, oh, so much.
Yes. Hey, the life of a designer.
Yes.
Um, okay. So let me just make sure this is correct. Let's see. Cool. So what
Nice.
I'm doing is basically just swatching this color yellow.
Love it. Little bit of a paler color, but it goes with that kind of I don't know if that the background of the flyer is like would be considered tan or cream, but it definitely like it's a nice complementary.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's leaning towards a cream.
How do you
Um,
usually build out these color palettes? Like is it something that's kind of based on what looks good to you? Do you use like a resource?
yeah, I mean, sometimes, jumping into I guess like just seeing kind of the world around me and maybe stealing like an artist in a way and just
Mm,
seeing things from other contexts and then applying it to what I'm working on is a way to start. But a lot of times it's just kind of like playing around with, for this, for example, I just thought, our typical brand yellow might be it might be nice to just kind of switch it up. And so that's kind of why we went for like a softer yellow on this.
right. It's so funny that you brought up stealing like an artist. I don't know if you did that intentionally. I have this book right beside me. Have you
Oh,
have
let's
you
go.
have you read this? This guy, The Steal Like an
Yes,
Artist? Oh,
I have it right over here too.
it's so good. Chat, you
So
should
good.
you should read the
Gotta
book.
read it.
It's makes you such a better designer and gives you the understanding of where people pull influence from because we like to live in a world where or I should say we live in a world where a lot of designers like to claim that their ideas are very original, but unfortunately there's just too many people on this earth for us to have truly original ideas even if it comes from our head. So it's a really good way to pull reference and become a better designer and I think honestly, when you kind of stress those things too, like kind of seeing things that you appreciate and mosaicing it together to kind of turn into this thing that's your own is like a talent in itself, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great book. Austin Kleon, who's the author, he has a lot of good nuggets of wisdom. And so definitely check out that one. And then if you like that, definitely explore his other books as well.
Yeah, he's got a couple.
Yeah,
All right. So it's
awesome.
already coming together.
Cool. Yeah, so we got this base couch, which is kind of meant to be like the focal point of the flyer.
Hmm.
Um, and then just yeah, that cream sort of background color is a good base for us. Um,
Definitely.
and so let's add some text. When I was designing this flyer, um, we don't necessarily have to name our events, but this tagline is something I wanted to lean into for this shop specifically. I just felt like it fit everything that we were building and everything we wanted the space to be. So this was like our internal sort of like tagline for the business.
Right.
But when it came to kind of the first event to show our shop, this was something I wanted to lean into. So kind of calling
Totally.
it, for those that love as an event was what I wanted to lean into.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like it's the ethos of the company. So of course, like if it's the opening night, like you want to know what you want people to know what you're about.
Definitely, definitely.
So I
Cool.
see you have some little bumpers on the side. Are those your print margins?
Yeah, I mean, so this is definitely aimed for social,
Hmm.
but I like to give like a little bit of room for um the text to be able to breathe, so it's not just like going across the edge. And so I usually do these guides just for myself as almost like a parameter of where to design.
Nice.
Um, and I'll kind of show you how um, I guess design almost like within a shape too. So
Hmm.
just kind of when you look at this flyer over here, these shapes, the text is kind of making this rectangle in and of itself.
Right.
So it's um, that's always been the way that I like to design is kind of using um, the space that's given to me and almost creating a shape within everything going on within the
Uh,
design.
I love that, kind of giving yourself some guidelines, some borders. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
We have a comment in the chat from Emily Poulin saying, "Ooh, a
Oh,
crispy
Emily.
bitmap vibe. Love it." It is
Thank you,
kind of like
Emily.
crispy. I've never heard of it explained as
Crispy.
crispy, but that's pretty funny.
Let's keep it crispy.
That's awesome.
Cool. Something I wanted to talk about within even our design and the way we kind of like intentionally set up our brand
Hmm.
is, we're using our branded Cubano font for this title. But we've kind of set up the brand in a way where anyone can kind of take this over and make it look cool, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Kind of like what you were saying about leaning into the imperfections.
Right.
So if you look over here on kind of like our template, what we're aiming for is to kind of play around with a few of the letters. So this R is actually kind of leaning and stretched out, and
Yeah, I
that's just
noticed
meant to
that.
be it's purposeful. We're definitely like aiming to kind of lean into creating like subtle I guess funkiness within the text.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like to like specifically with this font too because of how it's ronded, Jesus, rounded. And like I don't know, the way that it's designed, it gives that like overprint of like a typewriter vibe. Like if you like click the key too hard or click it twice. I don't know if that was the
Yes.
intention, but like it does give that vibe.
I've never, thought about that within what we're aiming for, but I really like that example. Like that's right on
It's very,
for
very
sure.
cool. I
Thank you.
love stretched out like typeface and like I'm sure you've seen it. Like there's a huge controversy with Spotify way back in the day when they were doing like the Spotify Wrapped where they did like the really like squashed and stretched text and people were so mad
Yes.
about it. But I secretly loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah. It's funny. I feel like I've only seen that evolve in design style
Right.
too. And so yeah, I love coming across um, movie flyers or something unique within a brand.
I
Um,
100% agree. I also want to give you a little bit of a time check just because
yeah.
we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
over halfway. We're looking at about,
Cool.
say, 22, 23-ish minutes left, but we're crushing right now. We've
Sweet.
already got so much showing. You're
Yeah.
you're moving fast. It's
Thank you.
awesome.
Hey, we got deadlines as designers, so let's get this
True.
thing done.
True.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, all I want to do is basically just add a little bit of texture.
Yeah.
Kind of using even like this four as uh yeah, almost or this like little comic strip, I
Hmm.
guess you could say, or a comic bubble, to even uh create a little barrier within the four. And
Right.
then we're gonna use this again. And again, leaning into imperfection. So I'm even going to stretch this, which is not something we typically do, but we're just leaning into like the imperfections of
Right.
this.
The fun of it. So, like,
Cool.
when you're designing specifically posters too, do you like think about the negative space as well? Because it looks like it's very intentional in terms of like the spacing that we have, the backgrounds, things like that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is play where, I feel like I did probably 5 iterations of this flyer when I was originally working on it
Hmm.
and kind of landed with this final, and this is just kind of what I liked.
Yeah.
And just kind of moving the couch around to see the best location for it with the text. And yeah, a lot of it is just play and just seeing what looks good, what's I think you said before the vibe designing or
Yeah, yeah. 100%. I mean, that's what I go on almost all the time. I have a bad habit of and I'm sure you might be able to relate to this as a designer. Like um I will like bring something to my wife and like not give her the context at all of what I'm designing and be like, "This is good, right?" And she doesn't understand it, you know? Like I'm looking for that confirmation bias of like, just say you like it. I want you to say that you like it. And she'll give me feedback. I'm like, I didn't want the feedback. I want you to say you liked it. You know what I mean? It's like my
yes.
fatal crux when it comes to design, unfortunately.
Oh man, I feel like every designer could probably relate with that in a sense. Um, so yeah, so even if you looking at the way that this text was going, like Riverside, California is very stretched.
Yeah,
And it's intentional. It's meant to fit sort of this box that we're going for. Um, and it's just kind of a way to play around and make the text kind of funky.
totally. I mean, it's interesting too how the stretching of the text kind of almost gives it like it looks like different subheader text, just like slightly different. So it's very cool.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So we're almost there. Just there's the fun part of wanting to make something um fun and unique and cool for the flyer, but
Hmm.
also needing to be informational as well. And so
Right.
we still got to let people know where to go and what time. And so
Definitely
um
fitting all that stuff in is I feel like
yeah,
as important as the coolness of the design, like you said.
yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna stretch the Thursday and then let's play around with oops.
Nice. Yeah, I ran a poll in the chat when we first started. I didn't call it out, but people were voting. And I wanted to see if people are coffee drinkers, or I should have probably put like, are you a coffee
Okay.
drinker or a matcha drinker? But
Or
it looks like we're
matcha.
amongst good people, except for one person, because we have 85% people that say they are coffee enjoyers. But maybe you like matcha, maybe you like I don't know, like a nice little. I don't know what else would you serve at a coffee shop that's like not coffee or matcha? Water.
Yeah, we've got tea, we've got kombucha maybe coming
Yeah, yeah,
soon.
yeah.
I always joke something I've kind of joked as when I'm behind bar or on register and someone orders a water cup or they're like, "Can I get some water?" I would say, "Yeah, we got the best water cup in town."
That's
And
awesome.
it hasn't stuck with anyone yet, but maybe someday it'll be a merch item or an infomercial that we do.
That would be
So,
pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. If like you had like some campaign running as like best water cup in town. Good, probably a good
yes.
summer campaign, right? Like being hot.
Yes, absolutely. Um, cool. So I feel like this is kind of showcasing the kind of the gist of what we're aiming for and how to
Yeah,
play with text and for the sake of time we want to move to some other stuff too.
sure.
But yeah, this is basically like sort of the design style that we're aiming for within Mikey G's and stretching text and playing around and adding fun elements. And the idea is that, Jake as the designer can do it one way, but Jacob could do it another way. And you
Right.
should be able to kind of take these sort of rules and guides within our brand and be able to do your fun spin on it. And it's still correct to the brand.
Definitely. I think
So
brand guidelines are super important too because it is like those instructions without hand holding. And I think that's like very tough to communicate with design, but I think you guys are doing a great job with that, especially with it being such strong branding too. So
thank you. Yeah. Another thing we want to touch on is this campaign that we do at Mikey G's. It's called Matcha Girl Summer. It's
nice.
Horse Girl meets Matcha Girl in this kind of fusion of this amazing summer filled with lots of matcha.
Love it.
We started this last year as a way to uh, really just like we needed more people at the shop, and we decided, if there's one thing for us to lean into, let's lean into matcha. So
Right.
let's go ahead and create a little promotion together. The content that's working really well on Instagram is sending, this post to someone that can relate with the post.
Right.
Um, I made this really, really silly image on Firefly. It's a horse drinking a matcha, which honestly doesn't look realistic, but you know, that's just what we got.
It's
So
kind of funny.
um, it's really funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Got the small touches of yellow.
Yeah.
Um, so what we're gonna do is jump over and let's get design into this
While
post.
you're searching for these, are there a lot of horse girls in Southern California, would you say?
I think it depends on the location that you're at, I guess.
Yeah, makes
Um,
sense. Makes sense.
like there's one city over that you could say is a little more cowgirl than other cities.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think it depends on like where you're at.
It's pretty funny. We are in a very cowboy cowgirl city here in Calgary. Like it's almost in the name. Like our slogan saying, I guess, is Yahoo, which I think is insane that it's not yeehaw, but I didn't
Yahoo.
make it up. I'm not the city of Calgary name chooser, but it's quite
That's
funny.
really funny. That is quite good. Um, so again, we're trying to lean into the silliness of this image. We're
Hmm.
gonna try and mask this out. It's not gonna be perfect. Let's try and see if we can quickly um, make this a little more visible.
I really love
I
the
think
touches of the yellow hat too. Really, really cool.
Thank you. It's all about again. I guess a good prompt is where you'll find some better success in
Right.
what you get. Um, we really try and lean into again the silliness of our brand, and a lot of it is built around like memes and things like
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm.
I wanted to really just lean into making a meme with you guys.
Yeah.
So this looks honestly not perfect, but what we've talked about is leaning into imperfections.
Right.
So let's say a designer were to give me this sort of thing, what would we do with it? That's a
That
great
is the
question.
question, isn't it?
Yeah. How do we make this look worth sending to a friend?
There is
Um,
something about our generation though that likes to like crudely cut out in like
it's true.
XYZ program. I think it's like the humanness of it, right? Again, it's
I
like
think
the
so. Yeah.
not corporate design, but corporate. Like you look at like oh gosh, what's that brand? There's a brand on TikTok right now that's just like slamming things at the wall just in terms of design, and I think it's so funny. I just can't remember what they're called, but they're it's like a new strategy, I feel like, within the past few years, I would imagine.
Yeah. I think you're right. It's kind of like the humanness of it, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, but this is sort of giving me like the cheeky like Valentine's card sort of
Right.
deal. Let's see.
The pink background is very strong with this yellow. It's nice.
Thank you. I think something about Matcha Girl Summer and recognizing our audience, right?
Hmm.
We're this is for the Matcha Girls. This isn't for me. And so we got to lean a little feminine on it. And that's something just to pay attention. Like, is it gonna pass the vibe check for the Matcha Girls? And if
That is
so,
that's the question. The vibe check.
then then it's working. And um, if it's not, then maybe we got to try again.
Do you ever like test on like friends? Do you like send it and you're like, yo, is this cool? Or like do you kind of roll with it? Like what's the barrier, you know? How do you gauge what goes out?
Yeah, I definitely think it's helpful to ask. Let's say Caitlin Wong was sitting in the shop designing stuff, and I'm
Hmm.
working on this over in the other corner. It's really easy to just, bring my laptop over and be like, "Hey, Caitlin, what do you think of this matcha girl kind of meme we're going for? Is this working?" And I feel like Caitlin would be uh, a great person to give good feedback on
Nice.
if it's working or not. So.
Very
Who
nice.
needs a strawberry matcha?
This is so funny.
Perfect. Awesome. So this sort of font is a little more Western than
Hmm.
our typical Mikey G's sort of brand fonts, but I think this is silly enough um, to be able to send to a friend. Maybe we can make even this um, yellow to maybe lean into that.
Yeah. I like that the Matcha Girl title is also like really popping too, because then it makes kind of the campaign a little more obvious of, this is what we're focusing on right now for the summer.
Definitely. Yeah, so this sort of even lighter yellow I feel like is working a little bit better. And maybe we add a drop shadow, maybe not.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, this is meant to be a quick post to send to your friends. And I think if it's hitting the theme, um, this is a very, very silly image that again isn't photorealistic, but is definitely worth sharing. Um, you know,
Definitely.
uh, it's hidden those
And I
marks.
think finding that balance too of like, when it comes to branding, and I've worked in a couple of studios in the past where I've had to do some branding for companies, like having that quick replicable posting is just as important as having like the big brand identity posters that may take a little bit longer, that you want that consistency and replicability balance. Like, you don't want just everything to be like, okay, this post is going to take me 45 minutes. I need to add the bitmaps, need to add all this stuff. Sometimes it is just like, hey, let's cut this out in Photoshop, let's throw it up, make it ready to be shared for a story like now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely like a time and place for taking your time on certain things that need a little extra time. And then sometimes it's about, hey, we should get a post up today,
Right.
and this will be a great post for the day.
Right. We have some
Um,
fans in the chat of Matcha Girl Summer and
all
Mikey
right,
G's. Polly Shortcuts says, I'd buy this coffee just for the branding. Love the memes. I too
man,
love the memes.
thank you so much.
Also, Reverb
Um,
Mike with the jokes and over on Behance saying branding. I always feel sorry for the cows, but you got to do otherwise they get lost. Maybe a different type of branding in this context,
a
but very good joke.
little bit
He's our
different.
jokester of Adobe Live for sure.
I love it. Um, cool. We're gonna lean into a little bit more of like an infographic real quick.
Yeah,
Let's say we made a carousel, we got the meme that you could send, but we gotta let them know what's going on with Matcha Girl Summer.
right.
Um, something, fun I like to do is kind of like isolate the drink or whatever we're like highlighting
Hmm.
as a way to kind of layer even our text. And so we have one layer that's our original image, and then the other that is
Oh,
the drink, or this is a flight.
yeah.
And now we have a little bit of like layering to go off of.
Yeah, a little overlap. Kind of
Yeah,
gives us some depth.
perfect. Awesome. And then for this down here, we'll make sure. Sorry guys, my Photoshop's running a little slow,
Oh,
but
no worries.
hey,
We've all been there. It's just, it's camera shy because we're live.
camera shy.
It's just part of it.
Yes.
But yeah, I
Um,
mean, this is already looking so cool. I love the idea of like doing this like layering, because it's, in a way, it's very, I don't want to say simple, like I don't want to take away from the effort that's put into it, but more of like, it is something that a little goes a long way.
Definitely. So that's pretty good. If you see though, like our image is leaning, very bright.
Hmm.
And so maybe it's worth adding like a slight drop shadow to this.
Kind of let it pop a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. So let's add just a little bit every day at Mikey G's. And
Nice.
um the meme that was kind of going around at the beginning of this year was um you know, how the summer of 2016 was just a great summer, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
a tagline maybe we could use is the best summer since 2016.
that's awesome. I hope people remember that meme. That was a very, very funny. It's like happy 2016, everyone. The New Year's. It's so stupid.
Yes, so good.
I
So
love it.
cool. I mean, this is a very simple, sort of infographic to let people know Matcha Girl Summer's happening.
Hmm.
Maybe we could add our address or updated hours. But this is a good base to let people know, hey, Matcha Girl Summers is happening. It's going on.
Yeah, I mean, this has been such an amazing example of kind of like our workflow and our vibes. We've got about, I would say, 3 minutes left, and I know that we
Okay.
probably, I think do we have one more thing prepped? Like it seems like we might. But if we don't have enough time, we can also do like a little recap. It's up to you, whatever you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, lastly, I was just going to touch on sort of drinks in the space
Sweet.
and um, basically like we can just open up our Lightroom real quick to show um, basically just how we can go from sort of like maybe a warm flat image to something really nice and bright. And
Yeah.
what we're aiming for in terms of strategy within our shop is good first impressions.
Right.
The things that we were designing in the shop is signage or posts that can be shared to let
Hmm.
people know that we have new drinks in the shop. Something we've been leaning towards a little bit is better A-frame signages, or when you're at the register, not just
Hmm.
reading the drink, but being able to visibly see the drink. So as
Right.
designers, being able to use nice fonts, good text, and good imagery to be able to kind of create a better looking menu. And oftentimes when people visibly see the drinks, that they have a more positive, um, I guess, experience in ordering those drinks.
Definitely. I think it's very the visualness of it is less intimidating as well too, especially in coffee shops.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, if you're trying to lean into not only the silliness of creating around the shop, but being able to professionally take good images, edit them well, make the colors pop, add some text to let people know exactly what the drink is.
Mhm.
That has kind of been our strategy at Mikey G's, is using sort of these images, these designs as sort of first impressions for the person who's clicking on our page to be able to kind of know what's going on. And
It's
then use,
so good.
thank you. And then using, sort of reels and the silliness that we do through video as sort of a way to introduce new customers into the world of Mikey G's. So,
Absolutely. Well, I feel like we were definitely transported into the world of Mikey G's. This was such an amazing demo. We are at about time, so I'm going to go ahead and switch us back over to our faces. Jake, that was an incredible showing. I feel like I know how to market my small business, and I feel like I'm going to have to change some stuff up with my business for sure. I hope that the people in chat enjoyed this today. I know that I did. It was very informative, and you showed us the power of Firefly Boards, Photoshop, Illustrator, and Lightroom, just bouncing through all the programs. For people that may be coming in late or just want to follow up with you and Mikey G's, do you want to let us know where we can find you and where we can find Mikey G's if we want to get a cup of coffee?
yeah, absolutely. We're based in Riverside, California. So you can check out our hours and locations online at Big Mikey G's. We're really silly and we're trying not to take ourselves too seriously and just be a space that people can come, they can sit down and create and enjoy a good matcha or a coffee with some friends. And so yeah, definitely check us out on socials and you can stay up with all the things that we're creating online.
Absolutely. I think we have those linked down in the chat, so make sure to follow Mikey Cheese on Instagram. And if you liked this Adobe Live, make sure to like the video. It helps push these further. And leave a comment. And if you're watching in the replay, I hope you enjoy this as well. It's okay if you're not here live. Just come to the next one. We have more Adobe Live coming up next, probably in about 4 or 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Jake, for showing us this amazing demo. And thank you guys for watching Adobe Live. See you later.
Thank you guys.